American businesses are hiring. The U.S. economy recorded another month of strong job growth. Non-farm payrolls for November increased 211,000, while the unemployment rate remained steady at 5%. Even wages are showing signs of picking up. Job growth numbers for September and October were also revised upwards, increasing the monthly average to 218,000 for the last 3 months. And investors like what they saw, but they also like what they heard from ECB President Mario Draghi, who said the bank was open to further stimulus. That sent the market surging. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 369 points to 17,847. The Nasdaq gained 104. The S&P 500 rose 42, its biggest gain in 3 months. Hampton Pearson has more on today's solid jobs numbers.
Led by big gains at good-paying housing construction jobs, employers delivered another solid month of hiring in November. More Americans looking for jobs and finding them even helped boost the labor force participation rate.
The strength of the participation rate and the strength
really
of the
important.
average over time at 218, I think was the number. That means that in the future, wages are rising.
Eating and drinking places continue to be engines of job growth, adding 32,000 new employees last month and more than 374,000 over the year.
Does that make it worse?
Second only to healthcare. In Arlington, Virginia, Texas Jack's is part of the restaurant boom in this upscale neighborhood just across the Potomac River from Washington, D.C. The owner says there were hundreds of applicants for the 60 workers he plans to hire. The real challenge was finding qualified workers.
Not enough qualified people that had relevant experience, for us. A lot of young, people looking for work, but just really no experience that was relevant to us.
Among the new hires, Clay Hollenkamp. What he'll make here as a manager will allow him to stop juggling several part-time jobs.
This job at Texas Jack's definitely pays a little bit more than my last job. And it pays me enough to where I can afford to have just one job as opposed to having several jobs, which is I had before was several. So that's nice.
Elsewhere, low oil prices and weak growth overseas triggered job losses among oil drillers, the mining industry, and manufacturing. News today of a widening trade deficit with exports at a 3-year low won't help reverse those trends. Construction and infrastructure jobs could get an even bigger boost now that Congress has passed a new 5-year, $300 billion highway bill. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.